Texas is the second largest state in the U.S. in terms of both area and population. Its landmass is surpassed only by Alaska, and its population is second only to California. Once an independent republic, this history gave rise to its nickname, the Lone Star State. Chinese companies and capital have been purchasing vast amounts of U.S. farmland in recent years, attempting to control key production factors and establish footholds on American soil. In response, Texas lawmakers have remained highly vigilant about these developments. Hello everyone, welcome back to Oh My God. In today's video, you'll witness how a vigilant state and its citizens take swift and precise policy actions to protect their industries and daily lives, standing strong against threats from China. This state is Texas. On November 21st, just as Americans concluded their once every 4 years presidential election and were preparing for the next political transition, Texas Governor Greg Abbott issued an order. He instructed all state agencies to cease investments in China and swiftly withdraw any capital tied to the country, aiming to protect Texans from the influence of the Chinese Communist Party. In his letter, Governor Greg Abbott bluntly pointed out that the Chinese Communist Party's aggressive actions in the Southeast Pacific region have already caused instability and financial risks for investment. As a result, all public sector investments in China require more careful evaluation. Abbott emphasized that Texas must protect its public finances from any potential threats, including those posed by China. In fact, Greg Abbott's decision can be seen as highly astute and forward-thinking. With Trump's election victory, it is foreseeable that U.S.-China trade relations will undergo significant changes, including heightened pressure on the Chinese market. During his campaign, Trump repeatedly indicated that he would continue the policy trajectory of his previous term and impose even greater pressure on China to protect the U.S. market. This approach will not only lead to more policy battles, but also have economic implications. If Trump aims to revitalize American manufacturing and exports, it is natural for Americans to prefer a lower dollar exchange rate to maintain export competitiveness. Fluctuations in the exchange rate between the US dollar and the Chinese yuan could directly impact the performance of overseas investments on paper. Alternatively, as we mentioned in the previous episode, if Trump's policies toe and China deliver a heavy blow to the Chinese economy, the performance of these overseas investments on paper would naturally take a significant hit. Approximately 4 to 6% of Texas' annual state government revenue comes from investments. These investments are managed by the Texas Treasury Safety Trust Company, which oversees several funds allocated to different investment projects. For example, in the 2024 fiscal year, government investments generated nearly $4 billion in revenue for the state. Considering the US-China tensions, withdrawing funds tied to China at this juncture is a prudent choice to safeguard the government's financial resources. The policy's biggest impact falls on the Texas Teacher Retirement System, the sixth largest public pension fund in the US, with a staggering $210 billion in assets. This fund is crucial for the retirement security and career planning of many individuals. A significant portion of its assets is allocated to Chinese securities. For instance, TRS holds nearly 7.6 million shares of Tencent, ranked as its 10th largest holding, listed on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, valued at approximately $370 million. Imagine if Tencent's value were to plummet due to US-China trade tensions. It could severely affect the livelihood of public employees in Texas. It is precisely based on these considerations that the governor issued the order for state agencies to withdraw their funds from China, aiming to avoid excessive geopolitical risks and major struggles while seeking safer and more stable investment markets. In addition, Greg Abbott issued 3 additional executive orders. These include directing the Texas Department of Public Safety to investigate Chinese agents and deport individuals assisting the Chinese Communist Party in executing transnational repression back to China. He also instructed all public education institutions to strengthen their systems to protect critical infrastructure, intellectual property, and personal information, preventing infiltration by hostile nations. Finally, Abbott directed the Texas Division of Emergency Management and Texas Public Utility Commission to prepare and strengthen defenses against potential threats to Texas infrastructure from hostile nations. We have covered topics such as China's infiltration, sabotage of critical US infrastructure, and execution of transnational repression on our channel. This series of orders issued by the governor can be seen as the first shot fired against the threat from China at the state level. It not only reflects the resilience and vigilance of Texans, that also showcases the proud traditions of Texas. Texas is the second largest state in the US in terms of both area and population. Its landmass is surpassed only by Alaska, and its population is second only to California. Once an independent republic, this history gave rise to its nickname, the Lone Star State. You can see the Lone Star proudly displayed on the state flag and even on the logos of Texas-based sports teams like the Houston Astros, Texas Rangers, Dallas Cowboys, and Dallas Mavericks, symbolizing the spirit of Texas. Due to this history of independence, Texans demonstrate remarkable unity when it comes to defending their rights. They have consistently shown the ability to come together and stand firm against external threats. For example, as we previously mentioned, Chinese companies and capital have been purchasing vast amounts of US farmland in recent years, attempting to control key production factors and establish footholds on American soil. In response, Texas lawmakers have remained highly vigilant about these developments. As early as 2021, Texans passed the Lone Star Infrastructure Protection Act, which prohibits the state government from engaging in critical infrastructure-related transactions with companies from 4 potential adversary nations, including China. Building on this, in response to the aggressive influx of Chinese capital, Senators further proposed Senate Bill 147, aiming to prevent China and other adversary nations from purchasing Texas farmland. Although the bill ultimately failed to pass in the House, it successfully raised public awareness about the threat of Chinese capital infiltration. Texas is a home to numerous military bases. According to the state government data, there are currently 15 active military facilities located within Texas, contributing over $150 billion to the economy. Additionally, Texas is the energy capital of the US, producing more oil and natural gas than any other state. Beyond energy, Texas is also a hub for advanced industries and technology. Notable institutions include NASA and the Lyndon B. Johnson Space Center in Houston. The South Sun city of Austin, often referred to as Silicon Hills, rivals California's Silicon Valley due to its concentration of major companies like Dell and Oracle, as well as semiconductor fabs from Infineon and NXP. Even Texas Instruments proudly carries the state's name as part of its identity. In 2023, Texas contributed a staggering $445 billion in export value to the US, accounting for nearly 22% of the nation's total. This robust production performance underscores why Texas must exercise extreme caution when evaluating potential threats from China. Allowing unchecked Chinese infiltration and aggression could harm Texas's environment, negatively impact its residents, and severely erode America's cutting-edge technology industries, ultimately weakening the nation's overall strengths. This is precisely why the governor issued a series of orders targeting China. Our channel has covered numerous instances of China interrogating and detaining foreign corporate executives and employees to exert pressure on foreign businesses. The Chinese Communist Party has even enacted the National Security Law and the Anti-Espionage Law as legal grounds to control foreign enterprises, putting companies operating in China at significant risk. US storage giant Micron, for instance, has been targeted by the CCP as a warning to others. The escalating US-China tensions have further increased regulatory uncertainty in China, prompting many companies to prepare for the possibility of leaving the country. But we cannot allow our businesses to suffer. Texas's policy not only fired the first shot in tough on China's stance, but also sent a signal of unity. What we must understand is that in the face of China's threats, appeasement and retreat will only embolden their arrogance and encourage further overreach. They will dispatch more spies to infiltrate our cities and neighborhoods and launch even more frequent cyber attacks against us. At the same time, their capital will continue to infiltrate our daily lives, gradually buying up our factories and land. Our investments in them will only make them stronger. They will use our money to support their workers and develop their technologies, which will ultimately pose an even greater threat to the United States. The courage and unity of Texans provide us with an excellent example. Only through a resolute attitude and a firm stance can we truly protect our industries and defend our nation. As more states respond and follow suit, the Chinese Communist Party will be forced to yield under immense industrial pressure, leading to negotiations and ultimately securing our victory in this trade war. What do you think about Texas's policy this time? Do you agree with the tough stance on China? How should we guard against threats from China? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed our video, please subscribe, like, and share, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. See you next time. Bye bye!